So downwind, strong wind, half is, because actually if you fly properly, it's out of the water, it's not hurting. But if something happens, it helps you to minimize, and is also half job less anytime you have to jibe.
Right. And in
It's
light
half
wind,
done.
in light wind, you were saying like
In light wind, for example, in reaching, it can help. Of course, is adding drag. So the windward foil is doing exactly the opposite job of the leeward. So if you put it in the water, it will reduce the righting moment because it's
Off we go.
okay.
Yeah, just in case.
Thank you. So if you are using the windward foil, the body, the weight position of the crew must be more to windward.
Okay.
Imagine you can go downwind with two foil down completely, and you sail downwind. You are slower,
But lower.
but lower. Is not performing ideally, but this is how you get out of the jibe.
Correct.
Out of a foiling jibe, you get out from with two foils. So when you have two foils down, you need to have everybody, the three on the rack, on the windward rack. Otherwise, the boat has the effect, the righting moment effect is completely neutralized by the windward rack. So you are again on a normal boat, theoretically, in terms of righting moment. Right?
Correct.
And so you can use it, usually not 100%, but you have
There's
this.
some marks on it.
There were marks.
On the other one, I saw the
Yeah.
2 or 3 on the trailing edge.
So, we need to remake the marks for all.
That one.
Yes. We need to make better the marks for Alpha, 3
Oh yeah, I got a marker here.
Yeah, but you need to do the
I knew that in. Yeah, after we mark all the boats.
That's tonight. So you have the marks, and you use this as a reference. You see that they are.
And just to confirm, you never adjust the rake of the board during maneuvers or anything for
Oh,
maneuvers.
I think it was even more
That's-
than that. We just don't
that's,
adjust the rake full stop.
You know, like in the video game, that's level 10.
Oh,
you
yeah,
need
yeah,
to
no.
sail along.
for sure if you're changing the rake or the rake of the rudder, and then you're also trying to change the rake of the front foil. We don't even know yet how we're changing the rake of the rudder. So
You are complicating your life for
Yes.
this.
yeah,
So we just said this and
put
forget
there
it.
and that's it.
And the board will go up and down, no problem. With
Yes,
that.
yes. That's also the easiest position for
Yeah.
having it going up and down.
Yeah.
Of course, now we are getting into the maneuvering. To put the board down is important to be flying,
Yes.
because if you are displacement, it's very hard to put the board down
Because of the load on it.
because it gets no. But also you want to.
Left.
You're
Yeah.
raising the boat actually.
Yeah, yeah, by hand.
So there is, when it's light wind, if you decide to put the board down, you need to be slower than 4 knots. At 6 knots is almost impossible.
Okay.
You see, imagine that we are without foils, no wind. The puff is coming, we start going. Before I get to 5 knots, I need to put it down. Otherwise, I need to slow down to do it.
Okay.
Pietro, do you copy?
And the same is, imagine that we are foiling but not properly and we decide to tack. It is very important that you take the chance to put it down when the boat is flying. Otherwise,
I copy.
if you try to do it with the
Sì,
boat
Pietro,
displacement
voglio
at
sapere,
9
grazie.
knots, it's impossible.
Okay.
And in that case, the only chance is to wait when the boat is turning, that is slowing down, you put it down.
Okay.
But the concept is, if I have speed, but I'm not flying, it's impossible to drop the foil. I need to fly. So when we say ready to tack, ready to jibe, and we are foiling, the concentration of the two guys, helmsman and main trimmer, is maybe to raise a bit the flight.
Because it's you can put the
So
board
this
down
is,
lower.
This is going down by himself.
Right. Okay.
If you're flying at the right height, this goes down by himself.
Even the last 30
It
centimeters.
goes. It goes.
Okay.
You just have to
Take the line
this
in.
line as fast as you can.
Perfect.
So again, ready to tack. The first thing is when the call is board down, fly.
Fly.
It's important to fly.
Okay.
And so we got into the maneuvers. The maneuvers.
In terms of hoists, like
Careful
hoist,
what?
hoist on the downwind.
Ooh, that's.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Good
Ciao.
morning. Hi, Maru. How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
I think there is other things to talk about that are more important.
Okay, fair.
Because one of the most difficult maneuvers is the tack. It's more common to capsize in a tack than in jibe.
Okay.
It's way more difficult the tack than the jibe. A foiling jibe can be achieved very quickly. A nice tack, a safe tack is more difficult.
Okay.
That is again something that sounds strange for a normal sailor. So let's talk about the tack. In the beginning, the goal of a tack is to first, don't capsize. Second, to have the fastest bottom speed.
The fastest
Bottom speed. To slow down as less as possible.
Okay.
In the first tack, you will end up from 18, 16, whatever upwind, to 2-3 knots, and then rebuild.
Okay.
A good tack is with the bottom speed at 9-10, where you are touching, but the rebuild is very quick. The perfect tack, you do it above 12, and you almost fly all the way. But that's really, I don't think any of the crews here can do it.
What are the target steps in terms of turn of the boat and
Yeah.
So, the target step is, first thing, as I already said, ready to tack, raise a bit, board down,
Sorry,
and as soon
raising.
Raise the boat height.
raise, yes, fly a bit higher.
Foil higher.
But if you are already flying at the right height, is not needed. But if you are in the way that we are not flying properly, it is important that before tacking you get a stable and good flight.
Okay. That's
Otherwise,
important.
Yeah, don't
Before
go into
tacking,
crashing.
you have stable foiling with both boards down.
Now, stable
Okay.
foiling with one board. Then, when you call board down, the flight controller fire this line,
Yes.
pull this line like hell,
Yes.
as fast as he can, and as soon as this line is done
Yes.
or is almost done, turn the boat.
Ah.
Not 3, 2, 1, because you are already, when this is touching the water, you are already slowing down, and you don't want to slow down.
Correct. Okay.
So at the very first, there is no countdown. Everybody should be aware and should be looking at this. When this
Okay.
line is done, turn
Important. Perfect.
as soon as possible.
That's a good important tip.
And the turning is progressive. Is a bit slower in the beginning. You will end up full rudder.
Okay.
But that's where the helmsman must be precise, accurate, and pay attention. So slower in the beginning, but then otherwise,
¿Un neopren? Solo uno.
Sí, si tienes botas, pero si es mucho
Botas
peso,
no.
no hay problema.
Necesitan botas. Igual hoy hay 5 nudos, no va a estar
Todo
aquí. Zapatillas, sí.
Sí, sí.
Guantes, salvavidas,
Todavía tengo.
casco.
Casco necesitaría, bueno.
What does that mean?
You got two?
No, what about? I mean, I can tell you're talking about getting on the boat.
Oh, no, you got your sailing gear.
Okay, I'm sailing.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the idea.
So, watch out. And when, so the guy that is bringing the foil down is already inside the boat because he's doing the job, and can go straight away on the new
On the
window
far
foil.
rack.
So on the other side,
Okay.
straight away.
For
Even-
weight,
Yes.
Just
What
for
is
weight.
important is to have the weight on the other side as soon as possible.
Because you have no
Of
right
the
and moment
two
if you're slow.
guys, As I said, I don't care about the weight of the helmsman. Never. I
Okay.
want him to be precise. This is the only thing I ask to the helmsman is to be precise. Go to the right angle. That's the key. And then stay, because running from the other side, don't change the angle. The helmsman, 1 second before the boat turns, is the main completely. Fire the main. This is another strength.
1 second.
The
before-
contrary of any other.
Because you want to take,
Ah,
It's the opposite.
yes.
you want to take
Right.
all of the side
No,
blade?
it's
No.
because otherwise the boat does like that. Yeah, I forget one concept that I should have mentioned before. The front sail, either the jib or the gennaker, is, in terms of pitch, is pushing the bow down. The mainsail is pushing the bow up. So also when you are taking off, the takeoff you want to do like that, maybe with a little pitch down, not like that. Because if you are almost flying, you trim only the main, the boat is like that, you increase the drag of the foil, you don't get the speed, you slow down and you don't take off. So what is important every time I want to take off is to trim the front sail a fraction before the mainsail, in order to give the power of the boat, but not getting this. Okay? This is out of attack. At the start, anytime you go from displacement to foiling,
To trim in.
trim in.
The
You need to
foresail.
trim both the sails, but never the main before the jib or the kite. Always the kite or the jib a fraction before the mainsail, in order not to give this momentum to the boat. Okay, this is